All right, let's take this up for today's discussion. We are given that D is the midpoint of BC. Okay, two inputs. One is that D is the midpoint of BC. Therefore, BD is equal to DC. All right, let's mark that up. DC and BD are same. All right. And then we are given that AX by XD. Okay, AX by XD, meaning suppose this is 2A. This will be 3A. XD will be 3A. Just keep this in mind. If AX is some 2A, XD will be 3A. Okay, so that's what is given. What we are supposed to prove is that BX is equal to 4 times XY. Okay. The only construction that is required is that note that BPT or even midpoint theorem will be activated only if you have a parallel line. Already D is the midpoint of BC, so it will only be logical to construct a parallel line through D. Okay, so I think that will be beneficial. Let's see whether this feeling works. So let's draw D parallel to B1. So having done this, what we can immediately see is that focus on this triangle. You can see that if you focus on this triangle, okay, this lower triangle, you can see that on one hand, you have D to be a midpoint. Okay, D is the midpoint. So on one end, you have D to be a midpoint. D is the midpoint. And just now we have drawn D to be parallel to B1. So it should be concluded that E must be the midpoint of YC, okay, of the third side. That is by converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, so let's go through this again. D is parallel to BY because of our construction, and BD is DC given. Okay, therefore E must be the midpoint of CY is according to the converse of the midpoint theorem. So it's a known fact now that E is the midpoint here. Is the midpoint here. Therefore, we have D and E to be line joining midpoints. Line joining midpoints will be half of the third side. Okay, that's according to the main midpoint here. So D is half of BY. Just keep this in mind because we are going to apply once again the concept of similarity now. Okay, we are going to apply the concept of similarity. Where do we apply? In which triangle can we apply? If you focus on, let's understand that it will be easy to apply the concept of similarity in AXY, and you would have guessed by now, yeah, it is ADE. ADE and AXY. Can you see? AXY is that blue triangle, ADE is that red triangle. How are they similar? Obvious reasons. Okay, so we have the corresponding angles to be same. Angle D is angle X. Angle E is angle Y, corresponding angles. Therefore, AXY becomes similar to ADE. So what if they are similar? Corresponding sides will be in proportion. Okay, corresponding sides will be in proportion. Therefore, AX by AD will be AY by AE will be XY by D. So XY by D, XY by D, that's what is going to be very important for us. This one, okay? XY by D will be 2 by 5. Why is it 2 by 5? Because what is AX? AX already we observed it must be some 2A and XD must be some 3A, right? According to what is given. AX by XD is 2 by 3. Therefore, what is AX by AD? It will be 2A by 5A, right? So, we came to understand that XY by D is 2 by 5. But we are interested in proving something relating to this line segment BY, right? Somehow, I would like to bring BY into the picture. So what I do is, I multiply the denominator by 2. So 2DE, right? So xy by 2d, let me do the same thing on the right as well. So 2 by 10. But 2d is nothing but by, okay, according to this. Okay. Therefore, xy by by is 1 by 5 or by is 5xy. But we know that equals can be subtracted from equals. The remainders will be equal. So by minus xy will be bx and 5xy minus xy will be 4xy, hence proved. Okay. The shortest method of proving this. Okay. So if you have still got any doubts to clear, you can call me at this number. Okay. Anytime. Or just leave a WhatsApp message. I'll be able to clear your doubt. Hope it is fine. Hope you understood.